Welcome to the video, guys. I'm going to break down what the best beer for fat loss is for you today. There's actually going to be many different options for each of you depending on what your specific goal is for that day or that occasion and how many beers you are planning on having or how buzzed you want to get. It's pretty much all light beers. I broke them into 3 tiers in a way. So we got the lowest calorie ones pretty much that are pretty low in alcohol by volume. So you could drink a lot of these, and if you don't want to get very buzzed, but you want to be able to drink a lot of beers. And then there's like the intermediate range, which is probably the most common. That's going to be like a decent alcohol by volume. You can drink a lot of them and get a good buzz. And then the third level, those are higher alcohol by volume, which will be like around 6% plus. They're higher calorie, but of those calories, most of those calories are from alcohol. Since we have to remember that calories come from macronutrients and alcohol is actually a macronutrient, and take that into account with like the calories, because if there's a drink that's super high calorie but 95% of those calories come from alcohol and your goal is to get buzzed, that's a very good option for you. So that's one way to look at it. We shouldn't strictly look at it as just calories, but also like how buzzed we want to get. It's weird talking about this and promoting it, but hey, it's part of life. Living a balanced lifestyle, and that's what I'm all about. So I am going to break this down for you guys as best as possible. So let's get into that first category. Lowest calorie, but low ABV. So all we got here is these 3 beers. I'm sure there's probably a few other ones, but these are gonna be the most popular. Bud Select 55. Yes, it's only 55 calories, but it's only 2.4% alcohol by volume. Then Miller 64 calories, 2.8% ABV. And Molson 67, which is a Canadian beer, 77 calories, 3% alcohol by volume. So that's gonna be the lower level if you're like gonna go out on the lake with friends and you just want to have a lot of beers but not get like drunk. I'd go with those ones, but still also have a good time. It feels like you're drinking a lot, but your calories will stay pretty low. Even if you have 10 Bud Selects, that's only 550 calories. So that takes us into the next category, decent alcohol by volume, the most popular category, Corona Premier. So I was talking to my client this morning and he was asking me about it and like if it's a lot better than any other beer for calorie wise, and not really, just based on alcohol by volume. You can see 90 calories and it's 4% ABV, which is decent. And then Michelob Ultra, that's the one that is marketed towards fitness. Like Michelob Ultra and Natural Light are basically identical from calorie wise and carb wise and alcohol by volume, but Michelob Ultra just targets fitness. So don't get marketed into buying like a Michelob Ultra. And then we got the good old Busch Light, can't beat it. 96 calories, 4.1% ABV. Cheers. Next we got Miller Lite, 96 calories, 4.2%. Coors Light, 104 calories, 4.2%. And Bud Light, 110 calories, 4.2%. So I just wanted to throw in Bud Light and Coors Light just for examples more than anything, because that's a lot more high calorie compared to like Busch Light and Miller Lite, but they're about the exact same alcohol by volume. If you think about it though, like the difference between having 10 Busch Lights and 10 Bud Lights, it's 150 calorie difference. That's still not a crazy amount. And that takes us to the third level, the highest alcohol by volume. So there's 4 of them that I have here. Natural Ice, 130 calories, 5.9%. King Cobra, the good old 40s typically, 134 calories and 6% alcohol by volume. The Natty Daddy, 181 calories, but 8% alcohol by volumes. Let's take us back up to the Corona Premier. 90 calories, but half the ABV. So you need to have 2 Corona Premiers to have the same amount of alcohol of a Natty Daddy. And it would be basically identical calories. And the last one I want to cover, Bud Light Platinum, 137 calories, but 6% alcohol by volume. So to put it simply, the best beer for fat loss is any of the ones that I listed today, depending on what your specific goal is for that day. So if you want to drink a ton of beers without getting crazy buzz, go with any of those first 3 I mentioned. Then if you want to drink a lot, but also get a slightly quicker buzz than those first 3, go with any of that intermediate range. And then if you want to drink as little liquid as possible, but get a good buzz, go with that last category that I mentioned. So you could change it up through the day as well. Maybe if you need to catch up, start with one of those higher alcohol by volumes and then drop down to one of the other lower calorie, lower alcohol by volume beers. So I hope this helps. I tried to explain it as best as possible for you guys. After this one, I'm going to do a seltzer one, since I know those are up and coming, very popular. But I'm gonna finish this beer. Thanks for watching this one, and cheers. Have a good weekend.